Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tyark. I just put out a song on my YouTube and on my SoundCloud, just a little soft release. It's called In Another Life, so definitely go check it out if you haven't listened to it. In this video, I'm going to go and break down the Ableton project and the process of how I made it. All right, so let's jump right into it. All right, so here's the Ableton project, and I think there's a lot of cool production things I did in this track that I was kind of experimenting with, and I ended up liking it a lot. And the first thing that I want to show you is this synth plucky sound that I made, and I want to show you how I made it because I think it's pretty cool. It sounds like this. I actually created that sound purely out of vinyl crackle noise. So, you know, the sound that you hear when you play like a vinyl record, that noise crackle sound. And I actually got this idea from, I don't want to butcher his name, but I'll put him on screen, from this guy. He made a YouTube video about this technique of taking vinyl crackle, warping it to take the peaks of the crackle, and then using those peaks and putting resonator on it and making cool chord sounds out of it. So I can kind of show you what it sounded like before any effects are applied. It sounds like this. That's what it sounds like, but then as soon as I put the resonators on with my chord settings, it sounds like this. Yeah, so that was super cool when I found that out. Big shout out to my man. I can't say his name because I'm gonna butcher it, but big shout out to him. Go check out his channel. So I did that 3 times for 3 different chords, and then I resampled it into one file here. Did some more processing on it, reverb. I think this is a grain delay here, compression. You know, filtered it in the beginning, and that's how we got that sound. The next sound I want to break down is this kind of synth chord that kind of pitch bends in the verse, which sounds like this. And that's just constantly filtering up. It filters up to like... Yeah. And I like how I did this process too, because it's a little unconventional. I used 2 operator instances here, and you can see the MIDI is literally just one note. And this is just the high, and this is the bass here. That's why there's 2 MIDIs. They're both a little bit different oscillators within operator, but they're both just playing one MIDI note. Yeah, and you can see down here in the operator, I'm actually just adjusting this fine tune here. I used the tuner as reference to make it have that pitch bend effect. I've never done it this way, and I thought it sounded really cool. And I did the same thing with the bass line, just pitched it to match with the bass note, and that's how it changes notes while staying one MIDI note. And I did the same concept for the drop lead, which I believe is also operator. I just put a little bit more processing on it, and I pitched it up, but I also pitched the course to make it kind of go really high and really low and just like get kind of crazy and wacky. And after all the processing on it, it sounds like this. Yeah, pretty crazy. I'll turn off all the effects, so just the operator playing. So you can see the chorus kind of changing there when it goes up really high. But yeah, it's just this saw wave. I just put a bunch of effects on it. I put a chorus plugin, and then Synplant actually has a separate effects plugin that is free if you have Synplant. I have Synplant too, and I really like that plugin. And the effects plugin has some crazy stuff you can do with it. For the bass in the drop, I did something similar to what I did with the chords in the verse with the pitch bending operator and also the lead in the drop, but just bass this time. And so I have this high mid bass here. just another saw wave, but it's got roar on it, some saturation, and then I have the sub bass, which is also pitch bending. And that's just a sine wave. I put Head Crusher free. This is a free plugin, and it's super good for putting on basses. It just makes the bass better. I don't know. That's all I can say about it. I have another hidden element that you can't really hear in the mix, but it sounds like this. And that's just a wavetable instance, saw wave again, and it is with an arpeggiator that is triggering the chord and going up an octave and down an octave like really fast. So that really helped with kind of filling up the high end, a little bit of the high mids, and make the drop fill more full. As for other things that I have in the mix, there's these samples that are just filling up space. Some really like this nice drone I believe I got from Splice. Very nice sound. And then I have this vocal loop, reverby vocal loop sample. I believe also from Splice. All right, now moving on to, let's go to the vocals. In the main section, the main vocal section here, it sounds like this.
In another life, I could live by the sea, go to universities.
Right, it's two layers. They're kind of panned a little bit left and right. There's a deep layer, like me singing lower, and then there's another layer of me singing higher, and they're both just the same melody, but it sounds really nice when you stack them together. In terms of the processing, I'll give you a little bit of a glimpse into my vocal chain. So this is the high lead here, I believe.
In another life, I could...
Yeah, okay. So I use a lot of Waves plugins. Really love Waves plugins. I just have a little bit of noise suppression here because I'm literally just making music in my bedroom. I'm not in a studio or anything. Then I have RVox compression. Kind of going crazy with it, but that's chill. Got a bit of auto-tune. Shh. Yeah, I'm not a very good singer, but yes, auto-tune. De-esser, Waves again. Have some multiband compression. This is a plugin called Silk Vocal. Very cool plugin for vocal mixing. This is an echo that is basically just making my voice sound wider in the mix. OTT classic, and then the glue, which is just a glue compressor. And then I have some delay, and this is a little delay rack that I've made. It's just a delay chain on 100% and then a compressor right after it that's like basically down all the way, and it is sidechained to itself. So basically when there's no audio playing, it allows the delay to come through. That way the delay is not just coming through constantly, and it allows the main vocal to really have its place in the mix. And same goes for the low layer. I just didn't put a delay. I just turned off the delay, but pretty much the exact same mixing. I might have messed with the compression a little differently just because it's lower frequencies. And that's my vocal mixing. So there's that. And it was all done on this mic that you can see here. It's Audio Technica, I believe AT2020 is the mic. For effects as well, I am doing some wow, I have a lot of compressors. I have a Transit, which is a plugin by Andrew Huang. Very cool plugin that I'm just sweeping in for the build-up, which basically just, adds energy right before the build-up. Oh, what I didn't cover was some of the other samples that this is definitely a cool one to save for last. This is the first time I've ever tried this, but in the beginning of the track, I have a bunch of movie samples that they're all saying "in another life" in the dialogue of their movies from movies. And the way I was able to gather all these movies was from a website called playphrase.me. You can type in basically just any text and it will find movies where, that's in the dialogue. I basically just downloaded that, put a bunch of them in, and I thought it was a cool intro to the song. And obviously there's a lot of copyright issues with that, and that's why I didn't That's one of the main reasons I didn't release it on Spotify or any of the major platforms, just because I really liked that. I didn't want to take it out, so I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna put it on YouTube, and I think it's fun. And then I have this text-to-speech portions, which is basically saying a haiku that I wrote, and I just did some processing on it, put a manipulator on it, and it sounds like this.
Endless paths unfold. Horizon whispers secrets. Wander. Find your truth.
I thought that was a really cool intro to the song, and then it also appears right before the drop here.
Find your truth.
Nice. And then it also is in the outro. Finally, the last thing I don't think I've talked about with this track is this piano sound during the outro. Just sounds like this. Yep, good way to end off the track is with that nice piano melody, and that's just in Labs Soft Piano Classic plugin. It's free, and that is the track. So yeah, if you haven't listened to it, definitely go check it out. I made a little video for it. It's on my YouTube. I'll put a link to it. So yeah, for anyone who stuck around and watched this video, thanks for watching. Definitely comment anything down below, any questions, and yeah, appreciate you watching this video. Bye.